was not my best outro. I do so many of these, I try to make them kind of original, but then I kind of rehash some of them, you know. In the upper right, in the red, the rookie, he is
Turtle Party.
in the bottom left starting location. We have
a hologram on his forehead.
I was thinking the same thing. In the bottom left, we have our Terran player, the Terran player.
Gorgeous Nada.
He was talking to Princess Leia's hologram from Star Wars. Here's the thing: Star Wars pretty advanced, but they do not have smartphones apparently in outer space, man.
Well, I mean, how would that work even? Smartphones.
I don't know.
Why would you want a smartphone on you? Then the Empire can track you.
How does warp speed work, Artosis? Nobody knows, man.
Yeah, of course, man. The warp drive. What? Don't be silly. But if you have a smartphone, man, that's just a way for the Empire to track you. You know, the Darth Vader would be on your ass, man. He'd have a little cell phone tracker.
That's actually a very good point. For me, whenever I try to read like science fiction, it's like a little bit old, you know, and they're always like trying to find some information about this or that, and they got to go to this. I'm always sitting there like, wouldn't they just use Google? Like,
I read. That's funny. I read not too recently, but semi-recently. It was an Isaac Asimov book. I forget which one it was, but it had to do with robots. Anyways, he wrote it before computers existed, and it's like in the future with robots and stuff, but he did such a good job you don't even really realize. Like, I went through the whole book like looking for like how does he get around this in the future in space, like without having computers, but like he does it. It's like really impressive.
I love that kind of stuff. All right, the probe is going to be gunned down here, and it's pretty apparent once you see that there are no gases taken, and the probe did spot both of those. You know that the player's going to expand, or they did something really weird, like hide a bunch of barracks. But that's just not.
It's
normal.
I mean, that's you'll see it on the ladder.
Or he's hiding a bunch of extra depots for some reason. I mean, that's theoretically possible, but
yeah, I guess it is. Or maybe he's making geysers on other mains.
Yeah, he might be doing that as well. These are about all the possible options.
So we can get rid of some of these.
Or he's hiding the eBays somewhere. But
oh, that's true. He could get eBays, hide a couple eBays, then get double gas and quickly get the building upgrade.
Yeah,
for building armor.
Yeah, he could.
So when Protoss finally attacks,
to get building armor too, because those eBays are hidden on the map. They might take a lot of damage before you can save them.
Probably keep his SCVs over there to repair when that happens.
Yeah.
Build a planetary next to him for defense.
Build, if you're going to do that build, it's just that you have to do that. You know.
All right, so parting, going gate robo. Probably will add another gate. This is, he's going to do something funky with this, because when you actually scout no gas, you don't really want to do a gate robo gate, which is like the safest thing against gas, because then they just have this huge economy, and you have like an observer, and you're like, and you expand, and you're just fine. All right, okay, cool. There it is. So that's what he's going to do here. He is going to do a Colossus all-in. Now, unfortunately for him, Nada didn't add a bunch of barracks. He went exactly up to factory, and if he went right up to factory, odds are he's going to go right up to starport, and that's exactly what he needs to deal with this build. It's exactly what he needs.
All right, the SCD is coming out, and the Zealot. Look at actually Harding's placement of everything. It's actually so perfect.
Yeah, everything's hidden very well.
There's no way to have any idea if he's done a quick expand or anything.
It's very difficult. You'd have to scan the main base, and then you still wouldn't exactly know, but you'd be like, I haven't seen an observer if you're really on top of things right then.
Yeah, and that's when people just don't really... Oh, okay, quick thermal lance here. And, of course, the Colossus.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty crazy, man. I think he's going to... I wonder if he'll probably start at the 1 Colossus and then go up to the 2. But right now, Siege Mode and Siege Tank on the way with a starport as well. So this is about as good a counter as not a good... Oh my god, he's getting a tech lab on the starport. So Banshee Siege Tank with Marines and bunkers is like exactly what you need. This guy's going to... Parting's going to have very little that even hits air. Very little. Because he's spending all of his gas getting Thermalance and the Colossi. I think he's going to get 2 Colossi because it times out with Thermalance better. And 2 Colossi is way more powerful than 1 Colossi. Like, over twice as powerful. 1 Colossi, you can just be like, oh, wait, and you repair. 2 Colossi, that's like a clock. Like, he dances forward, kills your SCVs very quickly, and it gets gross.
How many Stalkers does Protoss have? Just 1?
Yeah, he has 1. This is, I mean, it's so hard to support Colossi and Thermalance off of 1 base. So it's going to be mostly Zealots. Banshee on the way, Siege Tank, 1 is already out. Nada has a great wall in right now at his natural. In fact, it's going to be a full wall in. Oh god, Nada's going to crush this. It's going to be silly, and we're going to go on to game number 3. It's going to be silly, Taste. That's what it's going to be.
Silly. One of the words I don't use a lot, but it is appropriate in this situation.
Yeah. And after the Banshee, a Raven's coming out. That's really interesting by Nada. What? What? All right, here we go. And Parting is not going to be happy when he sees what his opponent has. He's got to move a Siege Tank forward.
And he's doing just
getting
that.
Ready to. And 3rd Siege Tank is out. A 2nd Starport on the way for Nada. He's in such good shape, man. Seriously. I mean, that single Colossi, as I said before, notice how Nada's sitting back and just repairing? He's not panicking. That's because there's 1 Colossi. If there was 2, this would look very different. But the second one is here now, and that's going to force Nada into more action, but he has more Siege Tanks. He has his Raven out, which isn't helpful yet, but will become so. We're going to have more Banshees on the way, and Nada is actually... Oh, wow, that's cute! Super cute.
I like this.
He's going to have to move another Siege Tank up there, and he's just got to stay calm. That's all he's got to do is stay calm. He's going to hold this easily.
All right, now he's going to attack the front here.
And now there's no anti-flying units near those Colossi, so the Banshee's just going to force them back.
Oh my god, yeah,
Parting
there's
is
no
like
way he's going to survive
super
this.
dead. And, well, the Stalker's going to be taken out by Siege Tanks very quickly. Some SCVs coming out just to buffer a little bit of damage. He needs to keep those Siege Tanks alive.
No, Parting's not doing terribly considering what he's
I mean, it's
put up against.
He's definitely microing really well. But, I mean, Siege Tanks are good against this man. Now he has 2 Banshees. And he's got to target this.
Got to get his target those Banshees.
Yeah, the Banshees should be enough to clean this all up eventually. And now the Banshees can kill off at least 1 Colossi before any Warpins come. And probably both. And as the second one dies, we'll see a GG.
Yeah, probably.
Well, he's going to have to because there's no way for him to do anything now. He has 3 gates. He has nothing.
He has 1 base.
He's making a forge. That doesn't make any sense. GG.
GG.
Okay, that's
I was like, that is really random.
Yeah, that's... Remember in StarCraft 1, if, like, a Protoss macroed really poorly for some reason, it's like, oh, all I usually want is I missed a couple rounds or something, and then you just make a couple Nexus in your base and leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what that felt like, but that's 150 minerals, bro. That's like one of your warp gates. Like, that doesn't count. No, that's not what he's doing. That's what it made me think of. So, really cool build by Nada. Looks like he was setting up for a Marine Siege Tank timing attack with some Banshee harassment. He definitely got that 4-point.
It's like a 1-1-1 after it expand.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Kind of. Like a more long-term, like just... I mean, that's a group of units you definitely can attack with. People don't normally go Colossus too quickly right now. So this would have been pretty good. It would have hit before any charge timings. It would probably hit right as Blink is finishing up against most standard builds that people are using right now in the metagame. So it was actually a really nicely planned build by Nada on that map.
And actually, I'm not surprised that Parting did that build.
Yeah, no, and if Nada had done... There's a lot of builds Nada could have done, like if he had gone for the Powering Marine build, free win for Parting. If he had gone for a 3 racks, 2 gas, I think Parting may have won there. I think he may have. Not 100%, but I think he may have.
And I think, that build that Nada did is kind of unexpected.
Yeah, both those builds were unexpected.
So it was kind of a funny situation, but I think if Nada did anything that was more traditional, it could have cost him the game. So Nada's thankless lucky stars that he managed to hold that. And now we will be going to game number 3.
Oh, Cloud Kingdom, the choice of Parting. What will he have planned for this new map?
We're going to find out soon. The countdown has started. Looks like this is a pretty even match so far.
Yeah, it is, certainly.
All right, the game has loaded, so let's get ready for Parting against Nada. Who will win? I actually have no idea. I really don't know.
It's really hard to say, man. Really hard to say.
If Party wins, he'll be the first out of the 6 new players in Codes to get out of his group.
The only
The only new players to move on in this GSL Codes.